Hey everyone. So today, what we're going to be looking at is the Darakaraka in our charts. And from the Darakaraka, um we're going to be looking at the different planets that could be this Darakaraka. And from this, we'll be able to see not only our spouse's personality and what they'll be like, but also this also gives a little bit of insight into their profession as well. And I'll show with every one of these, here I have a couple of examples. I'll show how it actually links to their profession as well. Now, you can't spot on get the exact profession, like something very specific, but you can get the general idea of what the profession will be. So this technique, I actually really like this technique because you don't actually need to know what you're doing to use this technique. And to be honest, you don't even need to look at the chart itself. I know I have the chart open here, but you don't actually need to know what's going on in any of these charts here. So you could be an absolute beginner, and if you just follow uh, this video and what's about to happen, you'll actually get a pretty good idea of your spouse and what they'll be like and what they'll do, which is really great. Um, so yeah, uh, before we begin, please make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. Uh, some more than half of you guys aren't subscribed, so it would really be great if you guys subscribe to the channel. And if you guys want to know everything about your spouse, all the details, you can check out the link below for a consultation. Actually, everything's on sale right now. Uh, the marriage and relationship reading is actually almost half off right now. Um, so yeah, you guys could check that out. Um, so yeah, so back to the technique. The Dada what I'm using in this technique, I'm using the eight Karaka scheme here. So I'm using eight planets here. So you can see it here. The eight planets are considered are Sun, Moon, Mars, Mercury, Jupiter, Venus, Saturn, and Rahu as well is counted in this. So I'm using the eight Karaka scheme, and I'll show you guys all these examples. They're bang on with the personality and even with the profession of the person as well. Like it makes perfect sense. So I've always found this technique to be working, and it's super simple. So yeah, if you don't know what you're doing, just look for the symbol here next to the planet. Look at the one that has DK, Dada, right? So that planet will be the Darakaraka. So in this example, it's Sun. So that's what I'll do. In this video, I'll go through all of the eight planets who can be this Darakaraka, and we'll go through, I'll show actually an example for every planet that's here. So yeah, so let's start off with Sun. So if the Sun is your Darakaraka, you'll see that your spouse they will be well respected in the community and they'll always have high positions wherever they work. So even if they're working at a McDonald's, for example, still they'll get like a manager's position or a higher up position, or they'll be promoted multiple times. Uh, you'll see with them naturally, they'll have this leadership ability with them. This leadership mentality and leadership um, like drive in their mind. So yeah, so here Sun is the Dharmakataka. So yeah, you'll see that as well. These people can be strict if need be. Um, and they're very good at leading people. Like they're not afraid to lead other people and to speak up for themselves. So they're not afraid to talk to a group of like 50 people. They'll not only will they not be afraid to give the speech, but they'll lead these people in doing it. And So they'll be very good at it. And people will listen. People will listen to this person because there's just something about them that makes them so good at this position and this leadership position. It's as if they're born and meant to do it. So yeah, so you'll see that with these people. Um, you'll see these people, they're very good. They'll take care of you, and they're definitely the people who gets things done. They do not just sit around and just let things happen. They are because Sun here is a fiery planet, so they have that fire to get things done and make things happen, and they're incredibly good at it. So these people, they're really good at making things happen. Uh, and so they'll like actively call people, hey, could you get this done? I need this. Um, can you do this and that? Um, so yeah, they're really great at that stuff. So here in this example, in this chart here, so Sun is the Darakaraka, and you can see it right there. So with this person, so this person's spouse, the spouse is a female. So in life, what she was, every single position that she worked, she got a manager's position. And she got that position even while she was really young in age. So, like, in the company that she used to work at, like the first company that she worked at, she was very young. She was 19 or 20 when she was working there. And when was working there, it didn't take her too long, just 2 years, I think, and she was promoted to a manager. And even she was promoted to a manager, even when there are other people in the company who have been there for, 10, 15 years. She got that promotion right away. And that's what you'll see. These people, there's just something about them that makes them such a great leader. And other people recognize this in these people. So yeah, this person got promoted. Now, when they stopped working at this place, they eventually made their own business, and they're CEO of that business that they were a part of. They co-created a business. Um, and yeah, even in that business, they led all the employees. They made sure these people weren't slacking off or doing any kind of nonsense. Like these people, Sun Datakataka, they don't take nonsense from other people. They shut it down really fast, which is really good. Um, which is really good, for you because your spouse is going to take care of all the nonsense that these other people are doing. So in that sense, it's really great. So yeah, even this person when they weren't working, you could tell that um, this person, uh, they just had like a leadership vibe to them that they like make things happen, and they were always and because this is Sun, right? They were always like the center of attention or the centerpiece here, like all the attention and like the spotlight was always shining on these people, and these people do well in that spotlight with Sun Darakaraka. So yeah, this is a real example, and this person, the Sun, perfectly described them. They're a leader. Think of a king. This person was like a king. Even though, they were female. They had the attitude and aggressiveness, but equally the same gentleness as a king. So they knew when to turn it on and when to be aggressive and when to be calm. So they're really great. Perfect leader, I would say this person is. So there's Sun as Dharkarka. So let's move on now to Moon. So Moon here. All right. Okay. So Moon. So if the Moon is the Dharkarka, you'll see that these people, these natives are so here, Moon. You'll see that these natives are your spouse. your spouse will be extremely good looking. They'll be like a charmer. They charm people whenever they talk. Uh, and they're also like very good looking, no matter who it is. Like these people are incredibly good looking. So just know if you have Moon as Darakaraka, I would say it's actually a really fun combination. Well, okay, it's a very fun and nice combination to have. So these people are extremely good looking, and they they're very like clingy onto you. So they hold on to you all the time. Well, clingy in a good way, and not in a bad way. It so they are really attached to you and hold on to you, and um like they're always thinking of you. And yeah, these people, there's they're really nice, and they're not like they're super soft in nature too, and they're very gentle souls. So this moon here, it's a really great Dadakaraka to have. Because moon is just so soft and so pure and so loving. So your spouse here will be all of those things. Um, but yeah, these people are even when you first talk to these people, it's as if like they'll just charm you because they're just so charming and so they just have a way to get you, you know? So yeah, even the first time talking to them, you'll see these guys they're super slick, and super uh yeah, there's just something so nice when you talk to these people. So yeah, you'll see these people also be a bit more they can be a bit more pale in complexion and soft. And yeah. So for this example, this person, so this is a female's chart, and the spouse was a male. So here you can see Dadakarika moon um, over here. So her husband was extremely good looking, and everybody in the village, because it was a small village where they were born, everybody in the village knew that this person was very good looking. And everybody knew that this guy was super charming too. Like this guy, before he was married, he just like all the women were just like, oh my God, this guy, he's look how handsome this guy is. So but yeah, this guy, he was extremely soft, and you know what? This guy, he really did know how to speak well to everybody. He like even if there was a kid crying, he knew how to speak softly and gently to this person to comfort them. So they have that quality to them as well, that they can uh, like talk nicely and be nice, and kind of give that motherly affection. Despite a male or female, either way, they could give this affection to people and, have other people just feel at ease and calm, right? Just like how you feel calm and at ease with your mother. Well, I mean, I hope you feel safe with your mom, right? But yeah, these people can really make you feel comforted. And that's exactly what this guy was. Um, so yeah, and so with this person's profession, you're not gonna believe this. Um, he did construction, but he worked to make like his machines would create like a dam or like a passageway to let water flow. And because he was working near rice fields, like because rice fields, they require a lot of water. What he was doing was he was paving the way so that uh, there could be some water flow, not just to the rice fields, but also make the water flow when it rains and that kind of stuff. So uh, he was working to make, uh, I guess, like the water channels, those kind of things. That's what he was making. And you could see that it's perfectly reflected like in Moon here, right? He's working with water and with rice fields. Rice fields is Moon. Both rice is water is Moon, and the water is Moon as well. Now, you couldn't guess that just from knowing that your Darakaraka is moon. But once like you would have to analyze the chart more for that. Um, and actually you could kind of see it from the chart here, but this Mars Moon connection, construction with water, and food, look, because Taurus. Um, but yeah, so you can see that this Darakaraka is connected to their profession, but it doesn't make it straight up obvious what they're going to be doing. So yeah, so that's Moon. Uh, let's move on now to Moon. Let's go to Mars. Okay, so Mars over here. Okay, so when the Darakaraka is Mars, you'll see here that the person is very fit in nature. This person is fit and they look after their body and they very much take care of the food that they're going to be eating. Like, they may not always want to eat the best tasting food, but they eat the food that keeps them fit. So even if like they'll eat something that tastes terrible if it means getting all the nutrients and vitamins. Like those like disgusting food things like drinking like I don't know, drinking raw blood for iron or maybe not that extreme, but I don't know, just drinking raw egg yolks or something like that. Like these people would do it even if it has no taste or if it tastes bad. Like these people will eat it if it means like the proper nutrition. Um, yeah. So these people, they're very strict. They can be strict. These people could be strict and they're very active. These people, you'll see that they often exercise and lift weights or play sports. Even when they were younger, they played sports or did something of that nature, or are interested in sports like watching sports or something competitive. These people are naturally competitive as well. So yeah, and they have a very strong body. These people are also very confident and they have a lot of courage. Like they aren't scared to do any kind of task. Like the things that like think about the thing that makes you scared. Like these people would do it and they're like, yeah, like they're very brave. Um, so these people, not much really scares them or gets them like nervous like that. So these people, very strong people, they could also be a little bit impulsive. That's what you'll hear with this, but um, they, something else you'll see with these people. These people look after their house and their property very well. Like they always keep it in good condition, and they will make sure like when you go to their house it'll be very noticeable. It won't just be like a very like whatever kind of generic looking house. they'll It'll be noticeable how well they're keeping their house and the things that they're doing. Like they keep it well maintained and they're actively like repairing or upgrading their house, making it better. So when you go to these people's houses, uh, like you're in which case it's actually good because your spouse will look after your house and really upgrade it and make it look really good. So they'll take care of everything around the house. Well, honestly, they'll give the ideas and everything, and they'll probably also, ask you. They'll be like, okay, I need you to do this and this around the house. Can you build this? So they might order you around in that sense, but. Yeah, so that's what you'll see with these people. They're also a very good leader naturally as well. They'll take the lead or take the charge with whatever's happening. Now, these people shouldn't be in charge all the time, but these people they can take charge uh, if the situation calls for it. So yeah, so that's Mars, and you'll see. So this is actually a perfect example with this because so this chart belongs to a female, and is this her husband has always been super strong, and it has always gone to the gym since like the middle of high school. Like since he was 15 or 16, he's been going to the gym. And he I've had conversations with this guy, and he always tells me that taking care of his body is one of the most important things. Because uh, he said that when he's not taking care of his body, he just feels that things aren't going well, or that like he doesn't feel good, he doesn't have energy. So he says that the best times of his life are always when he feels like he's in shape. And you'll get this type of idea even from your spouse as well, that they'll say something similar here where they just really feel good taking care of their body. And that's why they do it, for health and just to have a good, strong body. This person as well, when you look at him, um, and you'll notice this, either this your spouse will have short hair or at one point will have short hair. So if they don't have short hair when you meet them or right now, then either they'll have it like some short hair at one point. So they're not opposed to having like really short hair. So in this chart, her husband, uh, the husband, the entire life, he's had like a short hair. It's always been like a buzz cut, haircut. And that's a very typical Mars thing. Mars keeps a very short hair. It doesn't keep long hair at all. Yeah, and he keeps himself well groomed. That's something you'll see with Mars as well. Like his beard is always so precise and so well done. It's not messy. He keeps like a fine line. I don't know what to call it. But yeah, he really keeps his mustache and beard. He keeps it well groomed and very sharp looking. It's not a long beard or anything. So, and that's a quality you'll see with people, Mars Darakaraka. They uh, get very specific and very sharp haircuts and like beard trimmings. Um, yeah, so that's Mars. So let's move on to Mars. Let's go to Mercury. Okay. So with this person, so here Mercury. So for Mercury, you'll see that if Mercury is your Darakaraka, your spouse will be one thing you'll notice, they'll have a very youthful appearance, a very youthful look. Even even when they're like really old, like 50, they'll still look like 35 or 40. So they'll have a very youthful look in their face and appearance. These people will also be very good conversationalists. They really like talking and chatting. They always keep up with people and text other people how they're doing, to keep track and everything. So these people are very talkative, very chatty. They really like jokes as well. If you put on a comedy, like if you put on Russell Peters, if you know who that is, if you put on any kind of comedian, like they love watching that, or any kind of comedy show, like if you put on the movie Rush Hour or something, they really love these comedy based, or Shrek. If you put on Shrek, they would love that because they love comedies. Um, I know Shrek isn't a main comedy, but anyways, um, they're very fun in nature. These people as well, they're very playful in nature, which is really nice. I really love Mercury Dotacautica because they're so fun and so playful. They just have such a good like bouncy and like fun energy to them. It's like talking to a grown-up kid who's still a kid, because they have that kid energy in them and they love to play and to do things. They're competitive like how a kid would be competitive. It's not like a serious like I'll kill you if I lose. It's not that. It's like a how kids are competitive. You know. They love playing games. Uh, they love playing games. They'll also like to read a lot. Um, so yeah. Um, so yeah, so you'll see that with these people, they're very friendly. That's something you'll see. Everybody will love your spouse because they're so friendly, and everybody will say this that okay, this person is a really nice person. Like no one will have anything bad to say about this person. Um, yeah, so in this particular example, um, so this person, this is a male's chart. And so the spouse is perfectly shown by this Mercury here. Uh, so the spouse of this person does uh, she does she does spreadsheets and calculations for a company. She does what is it? It's like calculations about pricing and for a building. So she like audits it and sees what needs repairs and puts it in a spreadsheets and does the calculations, how much the repairs will cost, how much will the labor. She does all the stuff and she bills people to maintain it. So she works at this company that does that. And um, yeah, and that's all Mercury-based things. Right? Mercury is all about spreadsheets, calculations, um, and she also does customer service type things, which is Mercury. Mercury is the communication because she answers phone calls, emails, things like that. Um, yeah, and you could tell it's if you did look at the chart for this person, it makes sense. Mercury in the D9 is in Cancer, so yeah, calculations for their building or property. So yeah. So, and yeah, this person's spouse looks so young. So I think their spouse is like 39. I think almost 39 right now. So, but this person honestly looks like they're just 26 or 27. They look so young. And I talked to them about this. They said that they looked young all the time. Like they said they get that all the time. That people are like, "Oh wow, you're almost 40. You look so young." Like she gets that all the time. So yeah, and super friendly. They'll Mercury as well is really nice as a Darakaraka because they'll have like a sibling like energy to them. So when you talk to them, it'll be like talking to a sibling because like you know how you could tell when a person has a sibling or when they don't have a sibling because they behave so differently. Because people with siblings, like the way that siblings behave, they harass each other, bother each other. There's just a way that they communicate. Um, these people will feel like that. It'll feel like talking to a sibling. That's how it. Now, I don't know if that's weird or not, but I would say it'll feel familiar if you as well have siblings, because it really will just feel like uh, a similar energy to communicating with a sibling. So yeah, so that's Mercury. Let's go on to Venus. Uh, okay. So, all right, when Venus is the Dharmakataka, you'll see that these people, so Venus here, you'll see that these people, your spouse will be extremely good looking. They'll always dress up and look very well. Uh, they'll always look sharp, even when they're at home. Still, like they won't look like even if they're in home clothes or wearing pajamas or something, they'll still look very good. Like these people are naturally attractive, and even if they're wearing baggy clothes or whatever, like still there's just something about them that'll look very good and still very clean with them. So you'll see that with Venus here, extremely good looking, and always they'll keep themselves looking very good. They're also very clean people, and they like to keep their area and their room, their car, their clothes, they like to keep it all very clean. These people, they'll spend a lot of time folding their clothes, making sure it's good condition. They'll clean their car, uh, maybe every 2 weeks or something, but they'll clean it often. Even the room looks very clean. It'll smell good because they'll always have either candles or some kind of air freshener in there. So yeah, these people, very clean, very good looking. They're also very kind. So they're super kind and good good-hearted people. They always mean the best for people. And it really does sound like that. So they're kind, generous, and super soft, like soft-hearted. So if you ask these people for anything, they'll always say yes because they always want to help others and do good for others. These people, they really don't like to see other people suffer, so they'll always help other people. They always give a helping hand or be there for others. So yeah. Um yeah, so uh this person this is a female's chart, and her spouse is very good looking. Like a lot of people are said, wow, this guy keeps himself well, like his face is he has like a very like think about you know that movie Tangled? You know that handsome guy? Um I forget what his name is. But he has a face like that. So super sharp, like sharp jaw and good looking. He keeps his beard very well trimmed and uh I don't know what this guy smells like, but usually these people their cologne is very good or very high quality colognes that they use. So I don't know what he smells like, but uh, looking at him, it looks like he'd probably smell good. I don't know. Uh, but yeah. Um, So these people, and yeah, this person's super clean. They love to keep all their stuff clean. All their clothes, like you'll never ever find any kind of stain on their clothes. So their clothes are clean, and they'll wear good quality stuff too. So this person, what they tend to wear, um, he wears like what is it like golf t-shirts. He also wears a lot of things from Calvin Klein. Um, yeah, and so he's Indian and uh he dresses up for a lot of occasions as well. These people as well, Venus here, they love a lot of the comforts in life and they love traveling. So these people, this couple, like man, they go traveling all the time. Even in the middle of like a work season. I'm always like, how are these guys like don't they have work today? Like how are they at work in the middle of November? Like, what are they doing? You know, like these people are always like taking a break, or like I always see on their Instagram story that they're at some other country on a Wednesday in the middle of November. I'm like, what? Like, don't they have work or something to do? But yeah, these people, they always go to very luxurious places. They love to go on vacations, places to take it easy. Um, yeah, and so this person, their profession, they work at a car company. So not only are they a car salesman, but they do something else there. Uh, so when they're not selling cars, I think what they're doing, they're like a manager or not a manager, but like a higher up that's there. And so they do a lot of analytics and stuff regarding cars. Now, that's Venus because Venus is vehicles. So you see, there is a tie-in with Venus here in their profession. Though again, just from Venus, you would never guess right away that that's their profession. You have to look at their other divisional charts to do this. Um, yeah, actually, even in the D9, you can see this person has a high position in their because Venus is in Leo. So yeah. Okay. So moving on, that's Venus. Let's go. So Venus, Jupiter now, I think. Okay. So so Jupiter here. Jupiter. So these people, when your Darakaraka is Jupiter, your spouse will have such a positive energy to them. They'd be very like think about like a golden retriever, like the dog. They'd be always happy and optimistic. And that's what you'll see with these people. These people as well, your Dotaka, they are very wise people. Like these aren't the type of people who will just talk to people just for the sake of, talking. They they're wise and they know when to talk, how to talk, what to talk about. Uh, and yeah, they what it's like, imagine your spouse is like an ancient wise sage like Merlin, but in your spouse's body. So just imagine that's what your spouse is like. An old soul who has a lot of wisdom and knowledge and who just knows how to do everything. That's these people. And they have gone through a lot of experience, so they know the ins and outs of everything. And they have the wisdom from multiple past lives to back this up. So these people incredibly wise and very, very smart people. And not textbook smart, like they're not memorizers, people just memorize an entire textbook. These are people, they know their stuff inside and out. So incredibly smart, talented people, um, and optimistic. Just being around this person is so good because they have a good energy with them. Now, this is assuming your Jupiter isn't just afflicted to the moon, like afflicted to death. Like, um, but yeah, generally the common trait is that these people are wise or intelligent, and they have a lot. They like to pass on knowledge to other people. So they'll they'll often tell about their life experience and tell you in a way how you could use it. So let's say if you're having trouble, I don't know, let's say if your wife is fighting you for God knows what, and this person will be here and give you advice. They'd be like, I know the situation you're in. It's terrible to have your wife mad at whatever she's mad about, but here's what you got to do. And they'll give you the wisdom that's that you need at that moment because they've been through it and their advice is like genuinely good advice. And listening to their advice will generally be good as well. So this person, this is a male's chart, and so his wife has the qualities of this Jupiter. And actually, so this person is a wise person, I would say, and is they were actually back home. So they weren't born here, but back home they were actually a teacher there, which is Jupiter's work. Jupiter is teachers. So they were a teacher there for many, many years, actually. I think like 20 years they're a teacher. So they know how to handle kids, they know how to handle people, and they know how to keep calm. Like they're not bothered and they don't get flustered, which is a Jupiter thing. And it takes a lot of maturity to do that, right? Not everybody could just hear nonsense and then just tolerate it. Like these people, they don't get upset easily or flustered easily, which is what this person is as well. Right. So, yeah, in this case, the spouse profession was exactly linked to what Jupiter is. But yeah, it might, like in your case, the spouse may not be exactly teaching, but they may do something related to teaching, like uh, banking or counseling, giving advice, uh, a strategist, for example, something like that. So so yeah, there's Jupiter, really great planet to have as Darakaraka. Okay, Saturn. Okay, so Saturn here. So Saturn as the Darakaraka, one thing immediately that you'll notice is that your spouse will either be really skinny or tall, or they'll be dark in complexion. Um, so one of those three things there. And one of the key traits that I always see with Darakaraka Saturn is that the spouse will work very hard in life. They'll work hard, and a lot of the time they'll do hands-on type of work. These aren't depends on the combination, but these people will work very long hours. It's not your typical like 9 to 5 uh job. Like they'll work overtime or work longer hours a lot. Like I know a typical hour thing is like 40 hours a week, but these people, I think this particular person used to clock in at 80 hours in a week. And that's because they worked two jobs. They worked a day job and then a night job. So they clocked in at a lot of hours. So these people work very hard in life. Um, and so yeah, your spouse as well will work hard and will work long hours. Like they're meant to work. And it's because they have a karma towards it. They have a karma towards certain bosses. So that's why they may if they change jobs, then they have karma to multiple people, multiple employers. Uh, but yeah, extremely hardworking people and disciplined as well. These people, they could do the most like what's the word, monotonous, the most like okay, the most boring job, like let's say like stacking bricks or I don't know, I don't know, just stacking something. Even if they stack the same thing 500 times in one night, like they'll still do it. Even if they hate it, they'll do like the boring job, um the boring and repetitive jobs here. So yeah, these people, uh, yeah, so they're very hard worker, very dedicated, and very sturdy body, I would say. Like, like people, they will work so hard, but still, their bodies still keeps up with them somehow, some way. Like people would be like, I don't know how you work so long and so hard. Don't you get exhausted? And these people would be like, no, like they're fine with it. They somehow they have the energy to do it. So these people could definitely do the hard and long work. Um, yeah. So see that these people as well, um, they could be a bit more like these are the type of people who will like openly talk about their feelings. So they'll keep their feelings a bit more bottled up on the inside. Like if something's bothering them, they probably won't say much or like talk their mind here. Yeah, but you'll see these people as well. They are one good thing is they have the patience. And they have the patience. You can see it in their work because they're doing the same things for so long. They're doing the same like boring job for hours on end and still like they'll do it. None of the other planets would do this work, but Saturn is the one who gets that long, boring job done when no one else will get it done. So these people have so much patience and they could deal with a lot of nonsense. So yeah, these people like they'll work as if they have to, which is good here. So they'll work very hard to provide for their family, especially if they have to do it. They'll say like they'll say, yeah, I'll do this for you guys. Don't worry. I'll put in this hard work. So yeah, that's what you'll see with these people. Um, but yeah, extremely patient and very tolerant. Now, this person, so this is a female's chart, and her husband, oh, I think I already told you, yeah, that the husband works like 80 hours a week. Um, and that's for a long time too. This person started like working at like big companies, uh, like has like started this habit of working a long time since he was 21 and kept going until he was 60. And well, actually he kept going until he was like 62-ish, 62, 63. And only after that, he just stopped working a little less hours, but he still kept working and he's still going actually. So, yeah, these people are very, very hard workers. And actually, this person, he did exactly what I was saying. This person did do the hard hands-on work. They used to work at a metal factory and they used to be a welder. Um, yeah, so they used to be a welder and they would literally, I've been to this person's workplace, and man, these people, they're doing the same thing hours on end. Like they're what is it? They would use a machine to like puncture a hole in a sheet of metal. Um, there are times I'd ask this person, they said, yeah, they have like 1,000 pieces to do. And once they do this, then they go on to another task that's like similar. So these people are doing those kind of repetitive type works. But yeah, metals, that's Saturn. Saturn is the one that deals with metals here. Okay, so that's Saturn. And the last one is Rahu. Okay. So last person here is Rahu. So Rahu as the Darakaraka as the eighth one. Again, I've seen this eight Karaka scheme work out very well and matches this person as well. So I'll get there in a minute. So this person was okay. Well, let me first say about Rahu. So Rahu is a very clever planet, and he's exalted in both. You know, some people say Gemini, some say Taurus, but there's a good reason for both. Rahu is extremely good at um at dealing with money and with um and with communication, with negotiating, with doing paperwork. He's extremely good. And it's because Rahu is an extremely clever planet. He's so smart and he knows the loopholes. So he's very good at negotiating because he knows the loopholes and he knows the shenanigans that these salespeople are trying to put out. So they know that, you know, if they're buying like a $100 handbag or something, they know that these people are marking up the price a lot, and they know that they can negotiate to get that price lower, and they know by how much. Like they'll say, "Oh, I've just been to the store. Like I've just been to your competitor. They have like the same product, you know, that's 25% off." He said, "Why, you know, if you don't give me a discount, I'll just go to your competitor." Like these people are very cunning, very smart, and it's very convenient for you if your spouse has this quality of Rahu because they'll get you the best deals all the time. Uh, Speaking of which, you're probably also not going to win in an argument with these people because they're just so smart. Um, so they're so smart and they know things. They know all the ins and outs of everything. So yeah, extremely clever and very good at managing money. They also they'll tend to do work that's a lot different than what everybody else is doing. You know, like in your society, everybody considers, uh, well, like wherever you live in the world, there are certain jobs that are considered the go-to jobs. For example, India, it's like uh, doctor, lawyer, engineer, right? Like those three things. Uh, in different parts of the world, it's like business. Some people are like business people. Um, and so every place in the world has a actually like some place in the world, like think about like near coastline. If you live right next to the ocean, then everybody in your village is just going to be doing like fishing or some kind of water activity. So what I'm getting at here is that Rahu, if this is your Darakaraka, they'll be doing work that's very different from what's considered the norm in your town or village or wherever you live. Um, so like that water example, a person near a coast, if everyone's doing some type of water-based profession, this person will do something like, I don't know, uh, farming or something like that. Or something like data mining. Something that's like very different that you wouldn't expect. Um, yeah, and it's a job that like nobody really thinks about, but it is definitely there. So yeah, incredibly intelligent, very good at talking, very good at doing paperwork, and yeah, these are people who are very good at getting things to go their way. Like if they want, um, like they could talk their way. Either they could talk their way into having something happen their way, or they'll be like, here, I'll give you $20, just do this or that, something like that. Now, this person, so this is a female's chart, and um, her husband is he's a business person, first of all, and he does uh, he does taxes. Now, okay, I know what you're thinking, Rahu and taxes, but he does he does taxes and he does like even studying, he used to study things, uh, everything business related. Actually, he used to do that. He did 2 degrees. One of them was in geography, and a lot of people were like, what are you going to do with geography? Um, you see, so even what they were learning was different than everybody else. Like, not many people say that they're going to learn geography. Um, but yeah, but the business thing, that's a very Rahu-like quality. And actually, it makes sense because business is a Rahu and Mercury type thing. Those are the two planets that do business. And actually, look at the connection here. Rahu is in Mercury's sign with this, right? So there's a connection with the profession. This person as well, he's extremely good and loves to talk about money. He loves to talk about the ways. So every time I talk to this person, he likes to talk about ways to lower your tax and be like, maybe you should get this type of savings account because less tax. Here's the way you should do this or that. uh like here's how the rich people get taxed less. Like these are always the conversations you'll hear with them, right? So the loopholes, they're always finding those kind of things. So yeah, so that's all the planets here, all of them as the Dada Gaudica. And yeah, if you have any questions, if this is true, if any of you guys are currently married, leave your combination down below, and you guys could talk about what your spouse is like in their profession. Um, and yeah, if you have any questions about your current combination, you can leave comment down below. And yeah, check out our website for some consultations, and make sure to leave a like and subscribe. So yeah, thank you.